Good evening, everybody. Hope everybody's enjoying a nice summer evening. Feel sorry for you folks in Texas at 100 degrees. We're at around 75 here tonight. And we got the great pleasure again of having Micah on with us. He's going to show us how to kind of control your trading in a high volatility market action. So, Micah, again, welcome to the Candlestick Forum. Always anxious to see your information.
Thank you so much for the introduction. It was so nice of you to have me here. Stephen, I think this is probably maybe fifth, sixth, or even seventh time presenting with your group. You always have just an amazingly friendly, educated group. It's always my pleasure to come here and see if I can spread a little bit of information for you guys. So happy to be here with everybody. Just kind of looking at the chat room, it looks like a few of you have heard me speak before, heard me kind of maybe in some of my workshops and my training, maybe even been to some of my live trading events, which is so cool to see. Gary, I see you here, and a few others. If you've been to one of my workshops before, give me a little woot woot in the chat room. It'd be cool to see you again here. Today we're going to be talking about something a little bit unique. We just started a 4-month trading challenge, and it's all around shorter term trading, which is a little unique for me because if you've been to one of my workshops before, you know I'm more of a swing trader for stock and options. I usually swing trade, 4 to 8 days using my payday cycle strategy, which, by the way, just completed 3 big wins in a row with Apple cycling up this July. But what we're going to talk today about is some shorter term trading, taking advantage of almost like a contrarian move that we've been seeing for the last year or two that happens after a large gap. And so I have the strategy today. I'm going to kind of give you the baseline of the rules and everything for it. So excited. All right, David here, got you here. Bill, what's up? BR, yes. Okay, Gary, woo woo, love that. Okay, cool. So this whole 4-month trading challenge kind of kicked off because I've got a few trading partners that trade with me at Wall Street AO, and one of them, when I reached out to them and I'm like, hey, the market's been really volatile. The first 6 months of the year was really bad. How's it been going for you? And he's like, Micah, we're absolutely crushing right now. In fact, we just doubled our $50,000 account, and it's only maybe 3 or 4 months since November. And I started working with him a little bit more on the strategy that he was using, kind of fine-tuning it, helping him fine-tune it a little bit. And we were able to get that account doubled again. So basically, we've doubled a $50,000 account twice in the last 8 months. And when you hear that, you might think that we're like YOLOing our trades, which is where you're putting, basically your entire account in a trade. And the reality is we have actually the year-to-date trade performance we're going to link up for you. The reality is we're only risking about $1,200 a trade. And we're making hundreds of trades, a few a day. And a lot of them are really short-term in duration, actually, taking advantage of some of the quick bursts of movement we see in the first hour of the day. And we've been able to double that account, and we have the trade performance downloaded from Tastyworks for you to take a look at, so you can kind of see how the whole thing works. So yeah, today we're talking about the 4-month trading challenge. We're basically going to try and double a 50K account live for the 3rd time in a row, and so I'm pretty pumped about that. And one of the big keys is really to trade short term. And again, historically for the last decade, I've been swing trading. And it's not until recently that I'm really getting excited about some day trading and shorter term trading because of the extra volatility. And one of the things that a lot of people don't recognize when we go into a bear market, which we're in the first 6 months of the year, is that we still get really big rallies. They just don't last as long. But if you're short and caught off guard, they could really rip your you-know-what off because you may not be prepared for them. And on the other side, for a lot of our clients at Wall Street AO who have really big, like massively big portfolios, if they're not hedging or protecting themselves when the market gets really bearish, they can experience some large paper losses. Now, a lot of them are holding, but it's emotional, it's painful. We don't want to see that. So shorter term trading also gives you the opportunity to make some cash during these down spats that we had. I personally actually think in a lot of my analysis that we started to bottom in the beginning of July, and I was starting to see a lot of key indicators that we track confirming that, and so far so good. You all see Apple earnings this afternoon. Stocks up a few dollars. Tech's still doing really well. We're not out of the woods yet, but still doing good. But the bottom line is that there's still a lot of volatility that we're seeing, and I think the key right now is to keep your trading short term. Okay. Can everybody hear me good? Give me a little woo-woo if you can hear me. Just want to make sure everybody's good. Okay. Now, the key to trading short term is really it's going to help you take advantage of what we're calling bursts in stocks. This could be bullish or bearish. Okay. Now, the two main trading strategies we're using right now that's helped us, just make a ridiculous return this year. We're using day trading with simple moving averages. And this is all about identifying a stock's general trend and looking for continuation moves in the morning. The other one is a little bit more contrarian, which I'll cover in a moment. But basically, the rules for using moving averages that we're finding working great is the most important thing we see is determining where the stock is in relation to its 200 simple moving average. We're using a really zoomed in time frame of just a 2-minute chart. So we want to make sure that if we're going to go long, the stock is opening above that 200 simple moving average. Okay. Now, this kind of leads us into our most profitable strategy right now, which is a gap strategy. And this often appears as a contrarian strategy, allowing you to take advantage of counter moves in stocks. And so I'm going to kind of explain that a little bit. Let me kind of actually sit on the slide for a moment. What we're finding is because of the additional volatility, especially around earnings, this is one of our most profitable times of the year to trade. We're finding that stocks are gapping a lot, obviously. And because of that, they get a huge move in the morning. And a stock that's gapping up, a lot of people might think it's going to continue up in the morning, and it doesn't always. And a stock that's gapping down, a lot of people might think that it's going to continue down at open, and it may not. It really depends on where the stock gaps in relationship to its former support and resistance, former pivots, and former consolidation points. So we've developed a really cool set of rules around where tracking stocks that gap, not trying to necessarily trade the gap and try and like gamble on a gap move. Instead, scanning to see where the stock is open the following morning, getting a watch list together of 5-day stocks before the market opens, and looking for stocks in this case that are gapping, but gapping, let's say gapping down, but right into a support area, or gapping up right into a resistance area. And what this does is it takes advantage of this contrarian aspect where if a stock is gapping down, there's going to be so many people that are scrambling in the morning that are long, and they're all going to be freaking out. And they're going to be covering their position right away in the morning. And if it gaps into a support, it's actually going to cause the stock that gapped down, it's actually going to cause it to rip to the upside in the first 10 to 30 minutes of the day. And a stock that gapped up, if it gapped into a resistance, it's actually likely going to drop. And if it drops, it's going to drop a lot and potentially fill the gap in the first 10 to 30 minutes. So this is a quick trade. You could use stock or options. We've got some examples of both. We're mostly using options in a Tastyworks account. But we're taking advantage of that contrarian aspect where, a lot of people who are caught on the wrong side of the gap, they close positions down, unfortunately for them, for a loss. Well, we're kind of on the other side of that trade, taking advantage of that first hour of movement. And, as they say, the proof is in the pudding. Like, our trading is doing really, really good right now. So again, we'll have I'll have the team here post up the year-to-date performance of our trading here in a little bit for you. Okay. So again, this is going to appear as a contrarian strategy, this morning gap strategy. And so what we found is there's really 5 types of stocks that gap. We have just generally gaps to avoid trading. But then in this idea, we have gaps that gap over or under a consolidation. We have gaps up or down potentially into a resistance or support area. So for another example, if a stock is gapping up, but it's gapping above resistance, that would potentially be a stock that would be interested in getting long in the morning and not doing the contrarian trade. If it's gapping below resistance, then we want to do the contrarian trade. And again, we're using pivots on a daily chart as well and looking at overstretched gaps. So again, I hope that kind of makes sense. Some of our most profitable trades, again, is that really big contrarian strategy where we get this big gap and all these people are caught on the wrong side of the trade. And I know this may sound bad, but we take advantage of that, and we trade it on a 2-minute chart. And we don't trade in the first 2 minutes, but in some cases we're in a trade within 4 to 6 minutes of the market opening, and some of the trades may only last 10 to 20 minutes, and we're able to make pretty ridiculous returns using options. Okay. Now these strategies were used basically every day, 5 days a week, every day the market's opened, for about 90 minutes, 60 to 90 minutes in the morning, to double an account twice in the last 8 months. That's what these strategies were used for. And what we found is really the reality here is that at any time we can get surprising news that makes the market gap overnight. Now sometimes that news comes outside of earnings in the form of surprise updates from the FOMC, interest rates, inflation, things like that, making the market move a lot overnight. But over earnings, we're actually getting a lot of, I would call them planned gaps, right, where stocks just gap because good earnings or bad earnings come out, or the market interprets it a certain way. I'm expecting Apple actually to gap up in the morning. It's already up about $3 or $4 right now after hours, and so kind of depending on where that gap lands in relationship to some former pivots, we actually could have a trade on that as well in the morning. Okay, but we're seeing a lot of gaps, and right now with all the increased headline risk and all the crazy things that are happening in the world this year, and gosh, over the last few years really, we're starting to see more gaps than normal, and that again presents a pretty sweet opportunity to make some cash, to take advantage of them every single morning. Okay, and the new reality that we're finding is the volatility we're seeing right now in the market is creating just an unreal opportunity for day traders never seen before in the history that we've seen. But the thing is, it's going to require a new level of transparency to get there. Now, for those of you who are familiar with Wall Street AO and what we do, we have built our own charting application, and we're really the pioneers when it comes to stock and option backtesting. And our whole goal was to create more transparency in the financial charting world. And if you've come to Wall Street AO and used our software, you know that's kind of what we're up to. We're really known as a backtesting software, creating more transparency in strategies. And to date, I think our community and our clients have backtested over 60 million strategies. And so transparency is what we're all about. And to get to where we want to get to, it's going to require a new level of transparency to get there. Again, we're attempting to double a 50K account for the third time. Okay, so I like to just be 100% transparent, as I mentioned, with it. So show me the money. Let's take a look at the year-to-date trades. I had asked Becky to post up the trade log if she's open to doing that. It was like a Web3 link or something like that. I think she'll be able to do that. But let me see if I can I might be able to just copy and paste this link that she put in here that she sent to me. So let's see if I can do this here. I'm using a PC tonight for the first time in a long time. And so this may take me a moment. All right. I'm going to copy this here. Control copy. See if I can get that posted in here. Control. All right, there we go. So I just posted a link up. I hope this link works for you. It's going to open up our year-to-date trade performance, and a couple things that I want to highlight there. You may have to copy and paste it into your browser, but a couple things I want to highlight when you look at this is that there's a couple reasons this portfolio does so well, apart from the strategy and the contrarian strategy and taking advantage of these big moves in the morning and stuff. But when you look at these trades across hundreds of these trades, you'll see a theme that has developed, and that theme is that we have a really good risk reward and we're not really risking that much per trade. Give me a little woo-woo if you're able to get that trade log open. This is the downloaded sheet from our Tastyworks account. And you weren't able to get it? Woo-woo, some people are. I got it open. Okay, cool. You'll notice the average winning trade is like $850, and the average losing trade is only $400 and something. What that means is your average winning trade is basically twice as big as your average losing trade. And taking enough trades in frequency, your portfolio is essentially going to have a linear line that starts at the bottom left and goes up and to the right. And anytime you look at your portfolio profitability, that's essentially the kind of visual you want to see. It starts at the bottom left and your portfolio profits go up and to the right. And with a good risk reward, again, taking enough trades and frequency, that's the kind of portfolio profitability you're going to see. And so the other thing is, a lot of people think you're going to have to risk a lot of money to do that. And the reality is, we're only trading and risking about $1,200 on average for each trade. You'll see a few trades in the few $1,000s. I think there's one SPY trade that was like a $5,000 trade, but we made $12,000 on it in 24 hours. So I think it was close for about $17,000. And I think that might have been the largest trade. I believe you'll be able to go through and see. But I think the biggest takeaways are really, really good risk reward, really low amount of dollars to get into a trade. And we're not trying to YOLO our account. We're not trying to, win just a couple of big trades to get this double, which, anybody could do, by the way. I mean, anybody could come in here and say, oh, I doubled a $50,000 account, and they might take 50 grand and place one huge trade and just get lucky. That's not what we're trying to do here. We're trying to create some consistency. And as you can see, there's hundreds of trades that we placed this year already. All of these trades are placed live. And the trades themselves are also posted in our live trade room in the chat for people to check out. Unfortunately, I can't do a screen sharing right now. I unfortunately didn't download the software to do that. But if you're on Wall Street, you'd see the live trade room and the trades posted. And every morning for about 90 minutes we host. So let's get a little bit more into the strategy. Okay. All right. I want to talk about some real trades. This was a 30-minute Apple short, and what I kind of want to draw everybody's attention to, I'm not sure if people can see my mouse moving around here, but let's see if maybe this works. What I want to draw everybody's attention is this first big burst of movement we got to the downside. This really happened in the first hour to 90 minutes of the day. And when you think about this movement, what happened after that? I mean, really after that, it was just consolidation for the most of the day. There's not really a lot of trading opportunities. Again, this is so similar to what we've been seeing. The first 30 to 60 minutes of the day is where the majority or the bulk of the movement happens, so we really want to catch that opportunity. And so today I'm going to give you a few tips that you'll be able to take away to hopefully get those as well. Okay, click the box. Okay. All right, here's another opportunity. It was just a 10-minute trade. Okay, so a lot of people ask, hey, do you send out text alerts or email alerts, things like that? And my response is like, we could, but by the time you got them, you may miss it, and that might not be a great experience for you. So what we do instead is our trader is broadcasting his screen. He's got himself, a camera on as well, and he's talking about his trades. He's really focused on trading. That's his main goal. And then we have chat moderators and people that assist him that are posting the trades in the room for everybody. Following along, because that's the fastest way to get there. And in some cases, when you got to make a decision in a minute or two, you don't have time to be out about, and then you get the email and then you log in and do it. It's just too much time. So this is really for somebody who's looking to be in front of their computer for the first 60 minutes of the day or so. Okay, and again, you can see in this example, the first hour of the day we got a huge movement, and then after that, really just kind of compressed sideways. So here's a 30-minute Disney trade that we did. And again, really, really nice Disney trade. You can see again, I show a few examples here because I want to highlight the first hour of the day and how good it is to trade the first hour of the day. We just see a lot of volatility. And when you do risk management well, I think you're going to really enjoy that first hour of the day. Now, one of the things that we find, maybe we could just poll the group here a little bit. A lot of people know about risk reward. A lot of people know that you should cut your losers off quick and you should let your winners run. And a lot of people know about bracket orders, and they know about, like a lot of people know about these things, and they're like, yeah, trading as a business, treat it as a business, do all these things. But it's really hard to put them in practice and to be consistent and to have good self-discipline around those things. And what we found, because we have a handful of professional traders at Wall Street AO that help our clients, and what we found is that the best traders are those who actually worked on the New York Stock Exchange floor. or worked as a prop trader, which ours did, who does this trading. And the reason for that is because they had institutional level discipline forced on them when they were learning to trade. They weren't allowed to break the rules. They were forced into trading with not only self-discipline but really good portfolio management. They had to do it because they had a boss looking over the shoulder making sure they were doing it. And if they didn't do it, they were fired. And so some of our traders that are our best traders have that kind of discipline. And what's interesting about that, what we found is that if you think back or just think about how humans have been learning anything from the beginning of time, it's always been through like an apprenticeship or mentorship program. And learning how to do something that's innately a little bit more difficult to do, like I would say trading, is really hard to do on your own. It's a lot easier to do when you could actually look over the shoulder of somebody who's already doing it successfully or already doing it professionally. So let me just ask the group here: how many people think? That? Let's see how I'm going to ask this question. How many people would feel more comfortable either day trading or hedging or shorting if they were able to watch somebody else do it for a little while first to kind of get the rhythm of how it works? How many people would probably feel more confident or comfortable doing that if you're able to watch over the shoulder of somebody doing it? Okay, give me a little woot woot. So I got Cindy, definitely. Brian, yep. Bill says me, I would. I got Zig, yes. RJ, Kathy, we are Steve, yep. Darren, okay, don't trade, day trade, no problem. So yeah, a lot of people, I mean, if you think again about how humans have always learned things going back thousands of years has been through a mentorship apprenticeship program. And part of that is because in trading, it's very experiential. So you could read a book, you could watch a course, you could do these things that will tell you about trading. But until you actually see somebody do it in real time, it's different. And when you see somebody who's really good at day trading and you're watching them get in, you're watching them place their targets, you're watching them manually scale out of trades and manually raise stops and trail stops, and you're seeing them do it in real time, it's a different experience. And again, because trading is so fast, it's very experiential. So I really would encourage anybody, if you do have the opportunity to watch a professional day trader trade live, to take that opportunity, because there's really nothing like it. Okay, and I hope to give everybody that opportunity today. Now, we've got a few other examples here. This is a little bit more information we put together for you for some option trades that we did this year. This was a trade in Meta. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to get used to saying Meta. It's always been Facebook in my thing, so we'll say Facebook Meta. This was a put option trade with 75% gain. You read the details if you want. This was an Amazon put trade, again with 110% gain. All of these trades are closed within 24 hours. The majority of them are closed within 90 minutes. Okay. This was a OKTA trade. Anybody here ever traded OKTA? This was a really cool trade. This was a 200% gain. Okay. We've got CRM here closed for 100% gain. Costco here traded and closed for a 90% gain. In fact, for the first quarter of the year, our average gain on our short trades was 90%. And so I put together a few tips for you to kind of help level up how you think about day trading and what it's going to take if you want to take this on in your world. And so I got 3 tips here that we're taking directly from our trader that works with me. I forgot to mention, but you may have recognized, I'm the CEO of Wall Street AO. We're a pretty big firm, and that's where we do all the back testing and charting, and we test strategies for funds and fund managers and help them develop models and portfolios. And then we also have a handful of professional traders and former floor traders that work for me to help our clients make some more cash. And one of our traders that are day traders who I'm talking about today. And so I grabbed a few tips from him, and the first one is developing a watch list. And this really needs to be made pre-market, especially if you're going to trade the first 60 minutes of the day. You really need 5-day stocks setting up on a watch list before the market opens. And there's a really good reason for that, because in the first hour of the day, if your goal is to trade the first hour of the day, you can't be spending that time looking for trades. You need to have trades set up ahead of time that you're going to be trading in that first hour, because you actually want to focus on making trades and making money while the market is hot, rather than having to spend time searching for trades. This is going to help you make as much money as possible because you avoid missed opportunities. Okay, I actually want to say a few things more about this. A lot of people ask, oh, is it stock, is it options? You know, it could be used for both, but we're trading a lot of options right now because of the extra leverage on a small account. And I have a question. How long, when you go and find a trading opportunity, and then you got to go into your option chain and find the right strike price and expiration, how long does that generally take you to go and find an option to trade? Is it 20 seconds? Is it 40 seconds? Is it 3 minutes? Is it 5 minutes? Is it 20 minutes? However long that takes, it's too long, because really you should have that done and prepared before the market opens. And so when our trader actually has a watch list of 5-day stocks, these aren't just random stocks on a watch list with random opportunities. They're only on the watch list because they meet a criteria of our scan, because they're gapping into a specific support or resistance or above one. And we know that ahead of time, and we know if we're going to get long or short. And while we might have 8 stocks on a watch list, we might not trade all 8 because they may not perform how we need them to in the first couple of minutes. But before the market even opens, we have 5-day stocks, and we know what they need to do in order to get into a trade. And ahead of time, we know what strike price and expiration we're going to use. We cannot spend 1 second of time having to go and look for those things while we need to be trading. We just need to have them ready. And that's a big differentiating factor between people who are like waking up and making money immediately, and those who are unfortunately just missing opportunities because they're having to go look for them while they should be making them instead. And again, tip number 1, if you want to trade the first hour of the day, you really need to be prepared way before the market opens. You need to have your stocks ready, and if you're going to trade options, you need to know what strike price and expiration you're going to be trading, and this needs to be ready before the market opens. Okay? All right. All right, cool. Tip number 2, manage risk. And I kind of jokingly say like a boss, but I'm joking, not joking, because risk management is the single most important thing that's going to factor in how long you're going to be able to trade. A lot of people hear the saying, you know, a lot of people, when they're first learning, they blow up an account. Now, why would they do that? Obviously, they don't intend to, but for a lot of people, they simply just risk too much in every single trade. And they do that because they don't know how to really manage risk appropriately, and they end up taking too much risk in situations that they shouldn't. And the best traders that we've found that trade for the long term, that do make consistent cash, the skill that they have that's different than everybody else is their ability to manage risk. Now, I'm going to share something that may sound crazy to you, but if you look at the I think it's like somewhere between 400 and 600 trades that we made this year, you're going to see our win percentage is right around 45%. And some of you might think to yourself, Micah, I'm not comfortable with a batting average at 45%. And I would respond, are you making money right now? And if you say no, then I'm going to say maybe you should reevaluate that, because our batting average is 45% and our profitability curve is straight up into the right. And that's only because our way that we manage risk is so good, where our losses are really, really small and our winning opportunities are really, really big. And in order to get that, you need to take a lot of trades, and so you need to take a lot of L's. And some people can't manage that emotionally, because we might take a few losers in a row, and you got to just move on quick. You got to cut it, you got to move on, and you got to keep trading, because the math doesn't lie. When you have a risk reward that's really, really good, even if your batting average is below 50%, you could actually still make ridiculous cash. And I think this is both an interesting point of transparency again, and an interesting point of just the reality of a lot of really, really good traders. The best traders are actually okay with a batting average below 50%. Because they know they need to take a lot of opportunities, because that's the business that they're in, and they need to cut their losses off really, really soon, and they're okay taking a lot of little losses knowing that their wins are going to be massive. And that's just, that's how it's working for us right now. So that is just a level of transparency that I think is important to communicate. For a lot of people, are really enticed by headlines like, oh, 80% batting average, 90% batting average, 95% batting average. And that's all great, but for the most part, those kind of strategies, the 1 or 2 times out of 100 you lose, it'll just wipe you out, like credit spreads and things like that. So that's just a really interesting point. Anyways, how many people here find that information intriguing, interesting, different than what they thought? When I say something like, we've made hundreds of trades this year, we've doubled a 50K account twice, we're doing it again right now already, but the thing is our batting average is 45%. Is that weird for you to hear, or is that normal? I just want to throw that out there. Let's see what everybody says. I believe ball players get to the Hall of Fame with a 33% batting average. Yes, that will work. Gary says yes as well. Anyways, that's just what's up, okay? Tip number 2, manage risk like a boss. So let's go over some, right? We've got entry minus your stop is your risk, obviously, right? So get in at $100, you put a stop at $98, what's your risk? Well, it's $2, right? You got a $2 risk. Your target minus your entry is your reward. Now, these are some pretty obvious things, right? So let's say you get in at $100, your target is 106 and your stop is 98. Okay, you've got a $6 reward and a $2 risk. That creates your risk reward or your profit factor, okay, which would be 3 to 1 or a risk reward of 3. Now your risk times your share size is your total risk amount. So again, let's use the same example. You buy 100 shares at $100. Your target is 106 and your risk is 98. How many dollars are you at risk? What's your total risk in dollars if you get into that trade? Okay, you buy 100 shares at $100 and you put your stop at $98. How many dollars are you risking? Anybody? Bueller? $2. $200. Okay, you're buying 100 shares, remember? All right. Now, tip number 3 is to follow the money makers. And here's where I think the biggest tip can come in, is watching over the shoulder while a professional trader gets in and out of trades in real time. And I shared this before, but I really believe that trading is experiential. And the more that you can watch and learn from a trader in real time, the better that I think it's going to work out for you. Okay. So watching and following another successful trader, it's really the fastest and surest way to success in this market. The problem is most successful day traders don't want to give up their secrets, let alone share them in real time. And that's why this opportunity is so cool. Our day trader's name is Slawik. He moved to New Jersey where he lives. I live in Santa Barbara, California, but he moved to New Jersey from Poland. He's hungry for cash. He's got crazy good risk management, and he trades live in front of people every day. It's really the best of both worlds, and he's agreed to show everybody here exactly how he makes the dough flow in, okay? And he does it live for everybody. Sorry, let me grab some water. So we have some time for some questions. As I mentioned, totally transparent. Ask me anything about our trading, our platform, membership, anything like that. Totally open book. So a lot of you might be wondering, what does getting access to our day trading strategy, being able to watch over the shoulder as our day trader gets in and out of positions in real time, what does that cost? So let me ask you this. What would it be worth to have access to a system that you can use in under an hour a day, and have access to a system that can make $12,000 a month on a $50,000 account? I think it actually averaged out to $14,000 a month, and has spotted opportunities to make $12,000 in just a day. Now, if you went to a professional trader or floor trader or a professional fund and asked them to make these kinds of returns for you, they'd either laugh or they'd charge you tens of thousands of dollars, like several of our clients actually have people trade for them. That's how much they charge. Now, the good news is getting access today is not going to cost some crazy amount like $25,000. Even though the service has the potential to make you monthly profits, it's not going to cost $10,000 or even $5,000 to join. Today, we're actually doing a special For July 1776, thinking back, I hope everybody had a wonderful July 4th. It really marked the bottom of the market. And 1776 was obviously such a huge year for America. We really want to make 2022 a huge year for you as well. So we're giving everybody their first month access to come and check out what we're up to for under 20 bucks. Okay, we'll post the link up here in a second. I just want to kind of highlight everything we're going to hook you up with today. So it's part of our July summer sale. This offer, by the way, ends at the end of the month in just a few days. Okay, now for that price, you're going to receive over 40 trading ideas in the next 30 days of membership. That's at least 40 trading opportunities from the same system that we use to double our day trading account in only a few months while making over 12, I think it actually turned out to be $14,000 a month on average from only 50K, so it's not like a huge, massive trading account. Just one of these winners was enough to cover the subscription. As you can see from the year-to-date trade performance we just published for you, the average winning trade was a little over $800. Okay, so for that reason alone, the regular price of $17.76 is a deal. Okay, now here's what you're going to be able to get when you join today. You're going to be able to watch over the shoulder as our day trader trades live Monday through Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So just think of it like it starts about 15 minutes before the market opens. All his trades given to you in real time, entry, exits, targets, and exactly how he manages risk like a boss. You're going to be able to understand how he builds a daily watch list, all in the secret sauce for getting into trades and making $12,000 to $14,000 a month on average. That's again with about a $50,000 account. You'll learn how to do it all in about an hour a day so you can be free to enjoy the rest of your day without having to worry about the market or if some big news headline is going to lose you money. You're going to get our day trading chat room filled with eager members wanting to make as much money as possible. And this is kind of cool, the full benefits of Wall Street AO, which is our platform for backtesting strategies, notifications, crowdsourcing, all of our chat rooms. We've got thousands of clients now on this platform using it. Over 60 million strategies tested today to date. I think you're going to love it, but again, this is for you to check out. And to make things even sweeter, when you sign up, we have some sweet bonuses for you. So as I'm getting to the bonuses, I'm going to hook you up with the link so you can come and check it out. Now, if you click this link, it'll allow you to open up a special tab, hopefully, and that tab will have all the coupons that we have for you today. Okay, so let's talk about some of the bonuses we're giving you. The first one is our Day Trading Superstar course. Now, what's cool about this is for those of you who have not done this strategy, specifically the gap strategy, you may not necessarily understand the ins and out of it. We totally get that. Like, we don't expect all of you to come into our live trade room and in the first day understand everything that we're doing. And so because of that, we put together a very special course. It's a 4-module course that's going to walk you through everything. So this is what you get right away. Immediate access when you sign up. You'll get our Day Trading Superstar course. And again, you get this for free. You're also going to get our Intro to Options course. This is actually a course that I put together. This covers the fundamental of options, how to start, entry considerations and exit considerations, trade management, credits, debits, how to identify good options to trade, strike price expirations. This is something that's a little bit more advanced that you'll learn, risk relocation, how to actually relocate risk. Now this is a little bit more advanced, probably more for swing traders than day traders, because our day trading, I'm surprised I didn't get this question, but for the day trading, there's no spreads, there's no complicated things. It's really just straight calls and straight puts. Okay, and then go through a review and improvement process into the world of profits. You'll get our options module. So for anybody here who wants to learn options or wants an update on options or a little bit more education on options, you'll get our options course with this offer as well, under 20 bucks. And you're going to get hooked up with our 3-week trading boot camp. This is actually a boot camp that I just completed for our community. Just to kind of review a few points to it, you're going to learn how we use momentum for entry considerations in some of our top momentum strategies. You'll learn options placement. This is really all around pinpointing the perfect strike price and expiration date, understanding in the money, out of the money, and different expirations. And then risk management. This is cool. We actually brought in a former floor trader at Goldman Sachs, to come in and put together a special report on risk management for us that we included in phase 3 of this. This has already been taught and recorded in the platform. And so when you sign up today for under 20 bucks, you'll get access to our trade room for a month. You'll get our day trading superstar course and our 3-week trading boot camp, including the special paper on risk management from a former floor trader. So we really think that that information is very helpful for people to learn from somebody who's had institutional level discipline. Okay. Bonus number 4 is unlimited one-on-ones. And again, I can't, in this webinar thing, I can't screen share right now, but we have a really cool client success team that we put together to help all of our clients at Wall Street AO. And with that, you can get unlimited one-on-one Zooms. And we have group Q&As, we have getting started videos, we have all this training if you need it to help get yourself started on our platform. But the reality is sometimes just getting on the phone with somebody is really what's necessary. And so when you sign up, you actually have unlimited one-on-ones. You can schedule a call, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever you need, Zoom, screen sharing with somebody on our team, and you have an unlimited ability to do that. And so yes, this is the price. Yeah, exactly. Only, it's under 20 bucks basically. Okay. So who is this for? People with an account size of $25,000 or more can day trade as many times as you want in one day. People with an account size under 25K can day trade 3 times only in any 5-day rolling period. And this is not my rules. This is the Securities Exchange Commission rules. Okay. So who is day trading for? Who should be day trading? Day trading is for the busy professional who wants to make some money while only trading an hour a day before work. Day trading is for the retiree who wants to hedge their portfolio as the market drops. We've seen some of our biggest case studies actually come from people who have 7-figure portfolios, and they were hedging and buying puts very short-term duration over the first 6 months of the year. And while a lot of their friends and other people were just emotionally sick from the drops that they saw in their account, the people who actually took advantage of that with our day trading were doing just fine. And now, we're lighting up on those hedges now, and we're kind of starting to ride the market back up. So this is for people who have larger accounts who want to learn how to hedge as well. Okay, and for the young trader wanting to make some big cash to build up their account. Okay, so some common FAQs. If I had my platform in front of me, you'd see a beautiful charting application with backtesting and live trading and chat rooms and everything like that. So options testing. A lot of people would ask, how much is data and is there a limit? Well, data is included free. There's no additional charge for any of our stock or option data. You don't have to download anything. It works on a Mac or a PC. Our platform is web-based. That includes our chat rooms, our live trade rooms, our live broadcasts. You don't have to download any additional thing. It's all broadcasted internally on our software. We've got an amazing engineering team. We've got a huge, beautiful place downtown Santa Barbara with our team now. Over 20, I think we're at 30 employees now for engineers, traders, everybody on the Wall Street AO team. It's pretty amazing. What's the membership renewal rate? Okay, so the way that works, again, we like to keep things as transparent as possible. It's $17.76 for your first 30 days of membership. There's no contracts, cancel anytime. After the first 30 days, if you don't cancel, it rolls into a monthly membership, which is only $140. That includes our live trade room, everything we covered today, the bonuses, the trades. I think we're making 40 to 50 trades a month. And the full suite of software at Wall Street AO, which again generally sells for $1,000 a year on its own. I do have to share that the majority of our clients are annual members. It's $960 for an annual membership. It saves you 40%. And so a lot of our clients come in on like a special like this for under 20 bucks. They love it and they upgrade themselves in the annual. They save 40% and they're making some dough with these trades. They're getting educated, things like that. Okay. How much is the ongoing fee? If you're already a Wall Street AO member, Good news for you, Jeff. Everything I covered today is included if you're already a member. Okay, so anybody else who's already a member of Wall Street AO, you already have access to everything I covered today except for the Day Trading Superstar course. So if you bought that on its own, it would be $200, which you can do inside the marketplace. Okay, so you can go and buy on your own for $200. That's the only thing that's different. But if you're already a member, you already have access to all these things. How can somebody day trade if somebody works? So two things with that. If you, depending on where you live, you could day trade for the first hour of the day before work. Alternatively, our platform originally was designed for swing traders. Those are a lot of the modules that I teach for swing trading options and stocks. Our swing trading has 3 big winners in a row with my payday cycle trades. Similarly, again, you can sign up for 1776 and go through some of our swing trading modules. They're just as effective, I think, as our day trading ones. It's just not going to be the same kind of opportunity because you know, the swing trading ones are going to be just longer duration trades. Okay. All right. What's possible when you use our strategies? You can check out some kind of friendly posts that people have posted up inside of our community. Okay. All right. Do you have to trade on your platform? Good question, Cindy. Wall Street AO is actually not a broker. We're a research and analysis firm. So while we have beautiful charts and it looks like your charts on your broker, you're still going to use your broker to actually trade from. You're not going to actually trade from Wall Street AO. Good question. Is your boot camp online? Yep, it's already, I actually already taught the boot camp and all the recordings are placed in the university. So when you sign up, you'll get access to those right away actually. Okay. All right, Bill, thank you. Is there a chance you can demonstrate the gap up strategy for stocks and not options? Great question. Unfortunately, I can't do a screen share right now, but let me kind of thumb back into some previous slides, and I can see if I can just kind of give you a baseline idea using a chart that's probably already here. All right. So let's say on Disney here, right? Let's say Disney closed right there. The next morning it gaps down, okay? But the next morning what we're looking at is potentially support. So let's say it gapped down into support. And we're knowing ahead of time, we can see, right, where the market's going to open. We can see Disney is going to gap down, but we can see it's actually gapping down to our support. So while a lot of people are freaking out, right, because they're having to, you know, get out of their trades or do something in the morning because of the gap down, we're going to be taking advantage of that opportunity. So as a stock trader, you simply would buy 10 shares, 50 shares, 100 shares above the 2-minute candle once the trade initiated. Okay, and then you'd get out, you know, once the trade closed of your stock, and you can trail your stop up, take profits along the way. This is the kind of stuff that's taught in our class. Now, as an options trader, you're still getting in and out at the same time. You know, you're still getting in. Whoops. Let me see if I can get this. Whoopsies, that didn't work. You're still getting in here, and you're still getting out here. Whoops. Okay. You're still getting in and out at the same time. You're just doing it with options. Let me know if that makes sense. Do you send the watch list to the members? Our chat room and our live broadcast is right there for all of our members. We've got hundreds of people tuning in every morning, and it's all posted and broadcasted live for everybody. And I think there's like a 5-second latency, so it's pretty much immediate for you. Yeah. Bruce, I was a member before. Could I get the special price? Yeah, man, I'd be happy to hook you up with that. What's going to happen for you, Bruce, is when you click that link, July 4th link, it's going to take you to a page, and when you enter in your email or username, it's going to say like, oh, it's already been used. Do you want to reactivate your account? Click yes. You'll get an email, and you click the link in the email. It's going to log you in and give you the special price, the $17.76. If you have any troubles with that, You could email, I'm going to type this in because there might be a few people here who have been former clients of ours, support@wallstreet.io. Okay. You could email support@wallstreet.io and say, hey, I want to reactivate my account using Micah's 1776 July offer. You know, hook me up, help me out. Our team is awesome. They'll be able to help you out with that, Bruce. Is that cool? Yeah, exactly. For this one, Deborah, I'm not sure if you'd call it like a J-hook strategy, but essentially this strategy qualified for our trade to get in on the 2-minute chart, and that's why we're looking at it for an entry. Nick says, is the chat room in video format? Good question. So just like this chat room is just a chat room with text and different people posting, that's what our chat room is. However, we also have a live broadcast. So similar to the way I'm broadcasting live, my thing, and you can see me, you know, sign my name and do all my stuff here with Blue, I hope. You'll be able to watch our day trader with his charts and him with his mouse, and you'll be able to see what he's doing live. Okay. Now, what we found is that, and this is kind of interesting because our day trading room got so big that our day trader found that he was, this may sound funny, but again, this is just me being transparent. Our day trader found that he was getting too distracted by questions and things happening in the chat room that it was actually starting to take away from his trading, which is obviously not what we want. We want him to trade. That's what he's good at. So we hired somebody who's another trader of ours named Daniel Morrow. And so Daniel's whole job is to moderate the chat, answer questions in chat, and to repost our day traders' trades. And so right now, you get a little discussion about the trades and stuff, but his job is really to day trade and to display his screen while he's day trading. And then all the trades are posted by our moderator. And so as soon as we made that change, it actually made our day traders' trades better because now he's just focusing on making the best trades he can. And now it actually helps our community follow along better because we have somebody 100% focused on making sure the information gets to everybody in the room as quickly as possible. Nick, let me know if that helped answer your question. But I mean, for, you know, $20 you can come and check it out. Okay. Yeah, Deborah says, completely understand the focus factor. I joke about this too because he's one of my long-term trading partners for 14 years now. You know, there's not a lot of people who can trade year in, year out and make money every year or every month. On top of that, there's not a lot of people who can do that live in front of people. And so it's a special talent that not everybody can do. So my main goal as the CEO of the company is to say, okay, this guy's skill is in trading. He's crushing, right? I want to make it so that all he has to worry about is just making money with his trades. And then we're going to hire more people and more support to help the clients follow along, if that makes sense. Okay? Yep. Yeah, we trade accounts as well. In fact, our moderator, Daniel, this is kind of funny, but he started trading this trades himself. And so I'm paying this guy to moderate our chat. Meanwhile, he's making like thousands of dollars on the side, trading his own account, making the day traders trades himself too. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, Nick says, my concern is getting real-time entry targets when the stock's moving quickly. Yeah, we're doing the best that we can to get that information to you as quickly as possible. The best thing that you can do, though, that's going to help you along the way is spend a couple hours, watch the Day Trading Superstar course, which kind of gives you the strategy, and then, you know, spend a few days watching the day trader, you know, see how he does it. You know, it's pretty cool stuff. All right. Any other questions? Let me know. Feel free to ask me anything. Again, what we're doing today is this offer is good until the end of the month, so you only have a few days left. And When you sign up, it's under 20 bucks. You get a month. After the first month, it's $140 a month only for everything. That includes the day trading room, the chat room, our other chat rooms, our software, our back testing. I actually host a swing trading show as well. On Mondays, you'll get. It's kind of a lot of stuff that you'll get and some cool bonuses to help you along the way. So I'll post the link up here one more time for everybody. And I think I've just reached my hour. So I want to be respectful here of everybody's time. But I'm going to post that link up and rock and roll, everybody. I hope to see all of you, at Wall Street AO. Come and check out what we're doing. I would encourage you to click that July 4th link now before we close this because it's attached to a special coupon. If you try and go to Wall Street AO and sign up, the price is going to be different. It's not going to include the bonuses. So whether you sign up now, this afternoon, this evening, or this weekend, I would click the link now, at least open up the tab to save it so that you don't lose the coupon. I will lastly kind of share with everybody that over the last 6 months, I've tripled down on engineering at Wall Street AO, which means I've hired a ton of engineers and a ton more engineers, and we've got some really incredible quants on our team right now, some really incredible engineers, and we're building some new features on our backtesting software that is going to blow everybody's mind. I'm keeping them fairly secret, but in the next 3 to 6 months, if you're just kind of following what we're doing at Wall Street AO, the whole trading community around the world is going to be blown away at what we release. But yeah, we've got some secret things coming up. I just want to kind of drop that little hint. So whether you sign up to it or not, please keep up to date with what our company is doing this year. You're going to be blown away by the end of the year at what we're up to. So with that being said, thank you, Stephen, Jim, Becky, everybody who had me on today. Really appreciate it. I was telling our team today as we're getting this PC ready for me to broadcast on that I always love talking and hanging out with everybody at the Candlestick Forum. It's one of the coolest, nicest forums, and one of the OG original stock trading forums around, and Stephen really knows his stuff. Always a pleasure to be here. So thank you, everybody. If there's any other questions, let me know. I'll hang out for another minute. Do you record the day trades? Yeah, all the day trades. All the day trades are actually posted live inside of a special day trading feed, and so they're already recorded for you. And then monthly, we download the Tastyworks portfolio and publish our year-to-date trade results. So like I said, we're 100% transparent here on what we're up to, our trades that we're making, everything like that. We even show everybody the broker statements. So we want to be transparent. There's a lot of people out there who are not doing that, and when it comes to this kind of stuff with your money, you just got to be careful, and so we try and take that extra mile to make sure that we are showing everybody what we're doing. We're eating our own dog food. We've got some cool things in the works. We think you're going to like it, and come and check us out. All right, well, I think that's the end of my hour. So with that being said, I'm not sure how to close the webinar, but again, huge thank you to Stephen, everybody else. Hope you join us at Wall Street AO. Click the link, check us out, and I hope you enjoyed today's webinar. If you have any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I think we're wrapping up. How was that?